Be still for a moment, close your eyes, not to escape the world, but to see the one within you. For the world you see out there is nothing more than a reflection of what you believe in here. The universe has a message for you, and it is not hidden in the stars or found in some distant galaxy. It is right here, within your own consciousness. It is a soft whisper beneath your loudest thoughts, a quiet knowing beneath your loudest fears. The message is this: you are more powerful than you've ever been told. You were never meant to chase after anything. What you desire is not far from you. It is you. You desire it because at some deeper level, it already belongs to you. That longing you feel, it's not emptiness, it's memory, it's recognition. The universe is trying to remind you of who you are. Every time you imagine, every time you assume, every time you feel something deeply, you are communing with the source. That voice you call intuition, that's the universe saying, I've already prepared this for you. Just believe. You keep asking for signs, but what if the sign is the desire? What if the thing you want so badly is actually the universe's message in disguise? It is not teasing you, it is teaching you to claim what's yours, not through effort, but through assumption. You don't beg for the sunrise. You know it's coming. In the same way, you must no longer beg for your desire. Assume its presence. Dwell in its reality. Feel it now. The moment you move your inner attention, the outer world must follow. That is not a belief. It is law. The universe is not responding to your words. It is responding to your state of being. Become the one who already has it, and you find the world reshaping itself to match you. So today, stop looking outside for confirmation. Go within. Dwell in the silence. Feel the truth. You are the message. You are the miracle. And the universe, it's not asking you to wait. It's waiting on you to awaken. Everything you encounter in your world, every person, every event, every circumstance, is not happening to you, but through you. The world is not separate from you. It is your reflection. It is your thoughts, your assumptions, your dominant feelings, and your innermost beliefs pushed out into form. What you consistently entertain within is what you will eventually experience without. This is not a theory. It is the living truth that governs reality. The moment you understand that your outer world is nothing more than a mirror of your inner state, everything begins to change. You no longer see yourself as a victim of chance or circumstance. You begin to understand that every condition in your life, whether desired or undesired, is a manifestation of what you have assumed to be true about yourself and the world. If you believe the world is hostile, full of scarcity and betrayal, you will meet situations that confirm that belief. People will disappoint you, money will slip through your fingers, and peace will evade you. Not because life is cruel, but because you believed it must be so. You have accepted those ideas as facts, and the universe, being impersonal and faithful, reflects them back to you without judgment. It has no opinion. It only mirrors. But the reverse is also true. If you begin to assume that the world is kind, that love is abundant, that success flows to you with ease, the mirror adjusts. People start treating you differently. Opportunities arise. Life begins to bend in your favor. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. Your imagination is the center of creation. Every time you entertain an idea and accept it as true, even if it's only in the secrecy of your mind, you are sowing a seed. That seed may not bloom overnight, but it will bloom. And when it does, It will appear in the world around you as an undeniable reflection of your inner activity. This is why it's not enough to affirm words while feeling fear. It's not enough to act positive while internally doubting. The mirror does not reflect your words alone. It reflects your state of being. The feeling behind the thought is what impresses the subconscious. It is the silent, persistent feeling that shapes your reality. You cannot hide from your own consciousness. You may deceive others with appearances, but you cannot deceive the law. What you truly believe about yourself will echo back through your relationships, your finances, your health, and your circumstances. This is not a punishment. It is a gift. It is the evidence that your world is malleable, that your destiny is not set in stone but written in the ink of your assumptions. You are always creating, whether consciously or unconsciously. Every day, with every thought, you are setting the tone for your life. If you want to know what you have been assuming, look around you. Your life is a perfect record of your inner conversation. So begin today, not by forcing the world to change, but by changing your view of it. Begin within. Choose new assumptions. Dwell in new feelings. Assume that you are already the person you wish to be. Live from the end, not as a trick to manipulate life, but as an act of surrender to the truth that you are the operant power. The world you experience is not happening outside of you. It is you, seen from the outside. When you change your inner world, the outer world must reflect it. That is the law. That is the message. And that is your power. Imagination is not mere fantasy. It is not idle daydreaming or childish make-believe. Imagination is the divine voice within you, the sacred channel through which the universe speaks its most powerful truths. When you imagine, you are not creating something that does not exist. You are tuning into a reality that already is. The act of imagining is the act of aligning with creation itself. Every great shift, every miracle, every transformation begins in the unseen realms of imagination. The world has conditioned you to trust only what your eyes can see, what your hands can touch, what your ears can hear. But the senses are limited. They only report what has already been created. They cannot show you what can be. That is the role of imagination. The unseen is always the source of the seen. The visible is born from the invisible. Before anything appears in your life, it must first be imagined. The whisper you hear when you are alone and still, the image that comes to you in quiet moments, is not random. It is not empty hope. It is a divine message, a preview of what is possible if you dare to believe it. The universe does not shout, it does not argue, it whispers through your imagination. It offers you a glimpse of your highest reality and waits patiently for you to accept it. What you imagine with feeling and persistence, what you emotionally accept as true, you call into being. This is not wishful thinking. This is law. The world conforms itself to your inner assumptions, and those assumptions take shape in the silence of your mind. When you imagine having what you desire, and when you persist in that inner reality with conviction, the outer world must reflect it. The imagination is not only the beginning, it is the bridge between the formless and the formed. It is the creative faculty through which you mold your destiny. If you wish to know your future, look at what you are imagining today. What scenes are you playing in the theater of your mind? What outcomes are you rehearsing in secret? Those quiet moments are more powerful than any external action, for they are the true seed of manifestation. You may not see the results immediately, but know this: every time you enter a state in imagination and feel it to be real, you shift the path of your life. Reality begins to rearrange itself to accommodate your new assumption. People, events, and circumstances begin to move in unseen ways to bring about the fulfillment of what you have accepted inwardly. You may think it is coincidence. It is not. It is law responding to faith. But you must believe. You must assume. You must persist. Not out of desperation, but out of quiet certainty. The imagination is not a place to visit once and forget. It is the dwelling place of those who understand their power. To imagine is to live from the end. To imagine is to declare, "This is already mine," and to feel the truth of that claim so deeply that the world must catch up to it. There will be times when doubt will rise. The senses will scream that nothing is changing. But remember, the world is slow to reveal what has already shifted within. Do not waver. Hold the image. Feel it. Return to it as often as necessary until it becomes more real to you than what your eyes see. That is the key. That is the test. And that is the invitation the universe extends to you through the quiet, persistent voice of imagination. You are not waiting for a sign, you are the sign. And your imagination is the language in which the universe speaks to remind you of what you are truly capable of. Listen closely. Trust what you see within. It is more real than anything the world has ever shown you. The universe does not respond to words. It does not respond to begging, pleading, or even effort. It responds to one thing alone: feeling. Feeling is the secret language, the silent code that unlocks the doors of unseen power. It is not enough to think positively or speak affirmations if your heart remains full of fear and doubt. You must feel the truth of your desire fulfilled. You must dwell in the emotional state of already having, already being, already living the reality you seek. Feeling is the essence behind the thought. It is what gives thought its creative force. A thought without feeling is a whisper with no echo. But a thought charged with deep emotion becomes a command to the universe, a declaration of belief that must be answered. Your inner world is not shaped by casual thoughts. It is shaped by the dominant feelings you carry in the quiet of your being. When you desire something, the natural reaction is to yearn for it, to look at what is and feel the absence of what you want. But this is the great trap. The more you feel the lack, the more you impress that lack upon the subconscious, and the more it outpictures itself in your world. The universe is always listening, not to your words, but to your state. If you dwell in the feeling of not having, not being, not receiving, then that becomes your reality. But when you reverse this, when you turn inward and begin to feel as though your desire were already yours, you shift something profound. You no longer beg the universe. You no longer chase after outcomes. Instead, you become a vibrational match to that which you seek. You become it, and by the law of correspondence, it must find its way to you. You may wonder, how do I feel something that is not yet true? The answer is simple: imagination. Close your eyes, see it, hear it, touch it in your mind, and most importantly, feel it. Let yourself feel the relief, the joy, the satisfaction of already being where you want to be. Do not force it. Simply surrender into it. Let it become natural. Let it become familiar. You're not faking anything. You are awakening a deeper truth. Everything you desire already exists in the unseen. It is waiting for you to align with it through feeling. Not someday, not after a process, right now. The moment you feel it as real, the universe begins to move. Circumstances shift, people change, doors open. The world is not fixed, it is fluid. It bends to your inner state. You do not need to know how it will happen. You only need to enter the state of the wish fulfilled and remain there. This is not pretending. This is choosing. You are choosing to live from the truth of your desire instead of the appearance of your current condition. You will know it is working not by immediate results, but by the quiet confidence that begins to take root in you. A peace will come, a sense of knowing. That knowing is the sign. That feeling is the seed. The results will follow. They must, for the world is your mirror, and it cannot reflect anything except what you believe and feel within. So practice not just thinking about your desire, but feeling it. Make that your habit. Cultivate the inner tone of fulfillment. Let the feeling be your guide, your prayer, your compass. Let it saturate your mind and body. And when the doubts come, and they will, return again and again to that inner feeling. That is your true work. That is your sacred task. It is not effort that manifests, but alignment. And alignment is achieved through feeling. The universe speaks this language fluently when you learn to feel on purpose, to dwell in the emotional state of your chosen reality. You are no longer waiting for life to change. You are changing life itself. You are not here to chase. You are not here to beg. You are not here to become something you are not. What you seek is already within you. The universe is not asking you to strive. It is calling you to remember, to awaken, to return to the truth that has always been etched into your being, long before you ever asked for more. Desire is not a signal of lack. It is a signal of recognition. You are not desiring something outside of yourself. You are sensing what is already yours in a deeper dimension. You are not creating the desire, you are receiving it. You are not inventing the dream, you are remembering it. That inner longing you feel is not a chase for something lost, but a call to align with something already present within your own consciousness. The great illusion is that you must become, that you must improve, that you must achieve in order to be worthy of what you want. But what if you are not meant to strive, but to realize? What if everything you have ever wanted is not something to reach for, but something to release into? You are not a blank slate. You are not an empty vessel. You are a spark of the infinite, whole, complete, and carrying within you the pattern of every desire you have ever felt. The dream does not come to torment you. It comes to remind you. You would not long for it if it were not already yours. The feeling of wanting is the shadow of having. The desire itself is the proof of your power. But you must stop looking outward for confirmation. The world will not give you permission to believe in yourself. It will not reflect your inner reality until you fully claim it. If you are waiting for the world to show you the evidence before you believe, you are standing in reverse. It is your belief that brings the evidence. It is your conviction that shapes the outer conditions. The universe is speaking, not through thunder or signs in the clouds, but through the quiet knowing that rises when you are still. When you stop trying to become and start allowing yourself to be, you begin to feel the truth. You already are. You already have. You already know. What does the oak tree do to become the oak? Nothing. The acorn contains the blueprint. The potential is not added later. It is present from the start. You are the same. The seed of your greatness, your peace, your abundance, your love is already inside you. All that is needed is for you to trust the process of unfolding, to water it with belief, to nourish it with attention, and to stop digging it up with doubt. The world outside is not the source, it is the reflection. If you try to manipulate the mirror, you miss the truth. Change must happen from within, and it is not through force, but through surrender to the truth that has always been yours. You came here already equipped. The desires you feel are not by accident. They are tailored to your soul. No two people desire the same things in the same way. Why? Because your desire is the fingerprint of your purpose. It is your soul speaking, and your soul never asks you to chase. It asks you to awaken. Return to that inner knowing. Sit quietly with the feeling of already having, already being. Let go of striving. Let go of waiting. Let go of becoming. Everything you need is already in you. The love, the wealth, the healing, the clarity. It is not a future version of you. It is you right now, remembered, accepted, and expressed. When you truly see that what you seek is already within you, there is nothing left to chase. There is only alignment. And once you align, the world moves. Not because you pushed it, but because you finally allowed it to reflect who you truly are. Everything begins with you. Every condition, every person, every event, each one is drawn to you in response to your inner state. You are not here to react to the world, you are here to command it through consciousness. The message is clear. Stop reacting and start creating. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the author of the scene. The great misunderstanding is that life happens to you, that external events are random, that people act independently of your inner life, and that you must adapt and respond to what unfolds. But the truth is far more powerful. Life happens through you. The world outside is an exact reflection of the world within. Your assumptions shape the script. Your beliefs guide the characters. Your feelings create the setting. You are not a bystander in your own life. You are the creator of it. The moment you accept this, everything changes. You no longer wait for permission. You no longer search for signs. You no longer ask the world what you are allowed to believe. You become the cause. You begin to lead from within. And when you do, the entire universe responds to your inner shift. To live as the cause means to assume full responsibility for your state of being. Not in guilt, not in shame, but in power. You do not blame others, and you do not give them credit for your peace or your suffering. Instead, you turn inward. You ask, what am I assuming to be true? What am I believing right now that life is simply echoing back to me? It is a radical shift, one that moves you from powerlessness to sovereignty. You stop trying to fix the world and start changing your state. You stop fighting the mirror and start changing the face you present to it. The world does not shape you. You shape the world by how you think, how you feel, how you see yourself. The moment you declare, I am the cause, you awaken from the dream of helplessness. You take the pen back into your own hand. You revise the story. You no longer accept what is just because it is. You begin to write what will be, based on what you now choose to believe. And belief is the true power. Not effort, not force, not trying, but belief. When you know you are the cause, you stop begging. You stop waiting. You embody the state of your wish fulfilled, and that state moves the world. The characters around you shift. Opportunities you never imagined appear. Not because the outer world is magical, but because the real magic was always within you. You are the source, not the shadow. Everything that shows up is a reflection of something first entertained within. This is not punishment, it is precision. It means nothing is random. It means you can trust the process. If something unwanted appears, it is not there to destroy you. It is there to show you what you're carrying, what you believed, what needs to be revised. And you can revise it. You can shift the state. You can assume differently. And by doing so, you write a new scene. There is no power outside you greater than the one within. The outer world is clay in the hands of your consciousness. But you must stop looking at effects and start living from the cause. You must stop saying, why is this happening? And start declaring, this is what I now accept as true. You are not here to observe reality. You are here to generate it. Creation is always an inside job. You don't need to ask for permission. You don't need to wait for the world to agree. All you must do is step into the feeling of the scene you desire and persist in it. no matter what the current facts say. You are the light. You are the origin. You are the dreamer of the dream. And when you fully embrace this truth, nothing can stop you, because you will no longer be waiting for change. You will be causing it. The world is loud, it rushes, it shouts, it demands, and in that endless noise, many search for answers outside themselves. They chase signs, they crave confirmation, they look to others for the wisdom they already carry within. But the greatest messages from the universe are not found in the chaos. They are not shouted, they are whispered. They come in stillness, in silence, in the sacred space where your mind quiets and your soul speaks. You cannot hear the truth when you are always speaking, always reacting, always consuming. Truth is not something that fights to be heard. It waits. Patiently. It waits for you to pause, to stop reaching outward and start listening inward. In silence, the veil lifts. In stillness, the answers rise. Not from somewhere far away, but from the center of your being. The world teaches you to act, to fix, to respond. But the universe teaches you to be. And in being, in sitting quietly with yourself, you begin to hear a language deeper than words. You feel a knowing that cannot be taught. You begin to trust that inner voice, the one that isn't begging for attention, but has always known the way. There is power in stillness, not passivity, not indifference, but presence. When you quiet the noise, the mind stops its endless spinning and you become aware of something greater moving through you. Something that doesn't shout, but simply is. A guidance that does not argue, a truth that does not need to be proven. A clarity that has always been yours, but could not rise in the presence of constant mental clutter. Go within, be quiet, and you'll begin to sense it, not as a thought, not as a loud instruction, but as a gentle unfolding. Like a flower opening in the morning light, you begin to remember who you are and what you came here to do. Not because someone told you, but because the truth inside you has been waiting for the stillness to be heard. Do not mistake silence for emptiness. It is not void. It is fullness beyond form. It is the canvas where your next creation begins. When you are silent, you are not doing nothing. You are receiving. You are aligning. You are returning to your original state, where all things are possible because nothing is forced. The mind loves to solve, to calculate, to plan, but the soul moves differently. It guides through resonance, through peace, through knowing. And that knowing comes not when you strive, but when you surrender. When you no longer demand answers, but become available to receive them. When you stop trying to make something happen and start trusting that all things are already in motion. Stillness is not weakness, it is strength refined. It takes power to be still in a world obsessed with movement. It takes courage to be silent when everything in you wants to react. But in that silence, you tap into the real source. You no longer beg the universe to speak. You realize it always has been. You just needed to quiet down enough to hear. Every answer is already within. Every step, every insight, every truth, it's all there, waiting beneath the surface of noise. So return to yourself. Let the world spin. Let the distractions fade. Sit with the silence, and you will find that it's not empty. It is alive. It is sacred, and it will reveal more to you than any voice outside ever could. In silence, the veil between the seen and the unseen becomes thin, and through it, the universe speaks. Not in volume, but in vibration. Not in pressure, but in peace. And in that peace, you find what you were never really missing. Yourself. Whole, certain, guided, ready. The universe has a huge message for you, but it is not written in the stars or found in the noise of the world. It is encoded in your imagination, felt through your emotions, revealed in silence, and reflected back in your reality. You are not separate from this message. You are the message in motion. Everything you seek is already within you. You are the cause, the center, the dreamer. Your assumptions, your feelings, your inner conversations, they are not passive. They are the blueprint of your world. Stop chasing, stop waiting, and stop looking outside. Go within. Assume boldly, feel fully, create intentionally, and trust that the unseen forces are already at work, responding to the state you occupy. The universe is not holding back. It is waiting for you to remember who you truly are. Now walk forward not as one hoping to receive, but as one who knows it is already done. Thank you.